Hello, First Tech Challenge teams of South Carolina. Welcome to the remote First Tech Challenge South Carolina Championship for the Ultimate Goal season. I'm Linda Stewart and I'll be your event coordinator. This event will run robot matches from noon on Saturday, April the 17th until 11:59 a.m. on Saturday, April the 24th. All matches must be submitted within this window of time, but the judging for the event will begin on the morning of Saturday, April the 17th and continue with pit judging in the afternoon. All of the judging will take place over Zoom. This year's challenge is Ultimate Goal, presented by Qualcomm, part of the first Game Changer season, powered by Star Wars Force for Change. We have all experienced so much difficulty and frustration this robotics season due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But First South Carolina recognizes and appreciates all of the individuals, mentors, and team members who have stood together, even if mostly virtually, to make the most of the opportunities to learn and grow in STEM skills. As an introduction for our visitors watching today, FIRST is a global robotics community preparing young people for the future. FIRST engages students in pre-K through 12 in a suite of STEM programs, including FIRST LEGO League, FIRST Robotics Competition, and of course, FIRST Tech Challenge. FIRST Tech Challenge started back in 2005, and we've grown to more than 6,000 teams in more than 25 countries. This continues the transformative impact of FIRST programs, and you are a part of this movement. All of you are helping make this program possible for the next generation of innovators. Thank you. This year's South Carolina Championship may be different from ones in the past, but it will still be great. We're excited about what you are doing as teams this year, and we want you to bring the same energy you would normally bring to the South Carolina Championship to this remote event. Soon we'll be back competing in person, and you'll all be stronger than ever because of what you've had to endure in the midst of the pandemic to design, build, and program your robots for this season's challenge, Ultimate Goal. As you know from tackling the challenge this year, STEM skills have never been so important to solving the issues facing the world today. And whether you realize it or not, First Tech Challenge is forming you into the leaders and innovators of tomorrow by giving you an opportunity to get involved in these disciplines early. Having big goals gets big results, and we look forward to seeing your big results in this championship. Now let's hear a word of encouragement from one of our state's leaders.
As your Lieutenant Governor, I'm excited to see the innovative solutions FIRST teams will come up with this season. Good luck and continue to be a force for change.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Yvette. Now I'd like to introduce you to a South Carolina FIRST alumni of FRC Team 281, the Green Villains, who's playing a big volunteer leadership role as your head referee. Kyle Wolf is going to share his thoughts on some of the important benefits of being a FIRST student. Welcome, Kyle.
I would like to congratulate all of the South Carolina FTC teams for making it to the state championship today. I want to take a minute to remind all of the seniors in the audience that FIRST doesn't end with high school. As a FIRST alumni, I have had the opportunity to volunteer and continue to grow and learn more of the skills that you have learned this past season as students. Whether that is engineering skills as a team mentor, leadership and public speaking skills as an event volunteer, or how to write a resume and apply for internships at events held for FIRST alumni. As a FIRST robotics student, you have many scholarships and internships available to you. If college is your next step, FIRST partners with 200 colleges and universities who want FIRST participants and alumni. They have made nearly $80 million in scholarships available. Regardless of education level, FIRST works with many industries to help explore career paths and opportunities and to make you have access to the most valuable resource of all, each other. If you are graduating this year, please email alumni@firstsouthcarolina.org to sign up for our state's alumni group so we can keep you in the loop on all of the opportunities and scholarships we have available. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce Michelle Vaughn, Director of Alumni Relations for First, to talk about some of those great opportunities First alumni have.
Hey there! Let's talk about life after high school. What are your plans? Are you planning to continue on in education? Are you looking to enlist in a service, or maybe go straight to employment? Whatever your plans are, First is here to continue to support you. Think about all of the skills that you've learned during your time on a First team. You've probably learned some engineering, maybe a bit of programming, some public speaking. All of those skills are going to be incredibly important, whether you're continuing on in your education or going right into employment now. If education is your next step, be sure to check out the First Scholarship Program at firstinspires.org/scholarships to see all of our First Scholarship providers who make available funding for you to continue your education. And then, as a First alum, be sure to check out all of the alumni benefits at firstinspires.org/alumni, including the First Alumni Handbook and links to groups and other First alumni near you. I wish you the best in your next steps, and good luck.
While we're talking about life after high school, let's take a moment to recognize this group of leaders in our First community, our First alumni. We have many recently graduated students giving back to their former teams or to teams near where they are attending college. We really appreciate the enthusiasm and encouragement that these volunteer alumni bring to our FTC program in South Carolina. Here is a video from some Garnet Squadron alumni sharing how First has been a game changer or a force for change in their lives.
Thank you to my mentors at First for kindling my love for engineering. I likely never would have gone into this field without First and without my mentors, and they taught me everything that I know about design, professionalism, and working with a team. The best thing by far that I got out of First, though, was a group of super talented, hard-working friends who geek out over the same bots and projects that I do. We still work on projects together, even after we've graduated. We work on fun things like motorized bikes, massive air cannons mounted on tanks, and 2-meter catapults. Without these people, friends, and experiences, I never would have become the team member and person that I am today. Thank you, First.
So FTC, for the last few years, I've been a mentor for Garnet Squadron, and it's really helped hammer home that I want to work somewhere where I can continue to influence people and influence minds. So I'm looking at definitely going into academia one day and more of a professor role where I can still be active in the community and help out people learning. My time working with FTC has really helped that out.
Funny thing is, I met the guy who ended up hiring me for my first internship while mentoring for Garden Squadron. He was one of the parents for 2 of the students that we were mentoring at the time.
During the first few years of high school, I wasn't sure what my future career would be. I was interested in many things, but nothing seemed to fit. Participating in First allowed me to discover my passion for innovating and problem solving. It didn't take long for me to decide that I wanted to become an engineer. Now that I'll be starting college in the fall, I am eager to continue engineering and to grow the skills that I've learned on my robotics team as a biomedical engineer in college and beyond.
Thank you, Ethan, Noah, Zach, and Gabriella, and all of our South Carolina alumni for all that you continue to do to further the mission of First and inspire the next generation of robotics students. Now, for some of you, ultimate goal may be your final season competing in First. While this probably wasn't how you pictured your senior year of competition, we would like to recognize all students who will soon be First alumni. We look forward to seeing what you do in the next season of your lives. From Team 327, we have 3 graduating seniors. From Team 753, Alex C. From Team 772, Kyle K. and Andrew S. From Team 7021, Alexandria A., Joshua B., Jaden G., Destiny P. From Team 8477, Rachel E. and Andrew S. From Team 9121, Hayden C. and John D. From 11214, Colt S. From 13661, Samwise G., Cody F., Elijah A. From Team 14914, Devin C., Jania H., Fenendra W., and from 17621, Nathan A. If you are one of these soon-to-be alumni and want to take advantage of all the benefits of being a first alumni, be sure to check out the Alumni Handbook and other resources at firstinspires.org/alumni or email alumni@firstsouthcarolina.org to connect with other South Carolina alumni. At this time, I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank all the parents for getting your students to team meetings and practices in this already stressful time. We thank you for making it a priority to have your student involved in First Tech Challenge. And we cannot forget to thank our coaches and mentors and other volunteers who have faced their own challenges in fielding, leading, and mentoring teams during the pandemic. You are critical to your team's learning experience and success. Many of you are also mentoring teams from one of our other FIRST programs, FIRST LEGO League and FIRST Robotics Competition, and you may even be a FIRST alumni yourselves. On behalf of all of FIRST, a big thank you to all of the mentors and coaches. You really are champions of the game, and you are showing your students what it means to be game changers. Thank you. For both our First Tech Challenge students and all the adults supporting them during this remote event, we ask you to honor the first ethos of gracious professionalism. This means doing your best work and at the same time respecting and valuing the other students, teams, and volunteers. And while we are focused on gracious professionalism, I also want to recognize all the South Carolina teams who committed to our Fair Play Challenge. It would be easy to let things slide in honoring FIRST core values of honesty and transparency during a remote season, but these teams have pledged to make fair play their ultimate goal. Thank you to teams 208, 753, 8477, 9121, 10021, 11214, 11454, 11841, 16126, 17621, 18069, 18391, and 18984 for making a commitment to be a fair play team. Here we are at the South Carolina FTC Championship, and it's where all the hard work you've put into designing, building, and programming your robots comes to life. This is going to be a great week of competition. For our visitors and guests, we want you to know that each year First Tech Challenge creates a new and exciting game for teams to learn and compete in. In this year's season, First Game Changers, powered by Star Wars, Force for Change, teams around the world are exploring the evolution of our sports and activities that make us physically and mentally strong. This year, teams are working to redefine the game and revolutionize the way we play and move. In the 2020-2021 game Ultimate Goal presented by Qualcomm, First Tech Challenge participants become teammates at the top of their game, competing in a thrilling sport to score, to win, and to leave a legacy that lasts. Team members learn how to work together to recover from failure, build confidence, and champion each other to exceed team and personal potentials. Let's take a look at this year's challenge.
Welcome to the First Tech Challenge 2020-2021 season game, Ultimate Goal, presented by Qualcomm, part of the first Game Changers season, powered by Star Wars Force for Change. A team consists of up to 2 driver operators, a coach, a human player, and a robot. The robot must be built from materials specified in the game manual and fit within an 18-inch sizing tool, but may expand after the match begins. Each match is played with 4 randomly selected teams, 2 per alliance. Each alliance is allowed only 1 human player. Your opponents for one match may be your partners for another. The game is played on a 12-foot square playing field with a foam tile floor and 1-foot-high walls. 5 unique navigation images are located around the field perimeter. At one end are 2 tower goals, each containing 3 alliance-specific goals with return racks. Between the 2 tower goals are 3 red and 3 blue power shot targets. There are 2 red and 2 blue taped start lines, and 3 red and 3 blue target zone goals. Red and blue tape squares indicate starter stack locations, and a white launch line divides the field. Outside of the field walls are the 2 alliance stations and 2 human player stations. The primary game element is a ring, approximately 5 inches in diameter and 3/4 of an inch thick. A match is played with 20 rings. There are 2 red and 2 blue wobble goals. These can have rings scored onto them and can be moved for additional scoring. Before each match, teams place their robots on the field, touching the front wall and over one of their alliance's starting lines. Each robot must be touching or be in possession of a wobble goal. A robot may possess or touch up to 3 rings. After the robots are in position, field personnel will randomize the starter stacks into one of 3 configurations. This determines which target zone goal is active in the autonomous period. 0, 1, or 4 rings correspond to target zone goals A, B, or C, respectively. Unused rings are stored in the human player stations to be deployed to the field at the start of the driver-controlled period. The players and field are ready. Each match begins with a 30-second autonomous period. During this period, there are a number of ways for teams to score using only pre-programmed instructions and sensor inputs. Delivering a wobble goal to the correct target zone earns the alliance 15 points. A robot parked over the launch line earns 5 points. Each ring launched or placed into the low goal earns 3 points. A ring launched into the mid goal earns 6 points, and launching into the high goal earns 12 points. Robots earn 15 points for each power shot target knocked down. Robots must be completely within the launch zone to launch rings into the mid goal, high goal, or power shot targets. Following the autonomous period is the 2-minute driver-controlled period. During the driver-controlled period, human players are expected to return rings to the playing field, as well as reset power shot targets. Each ring launched or placed into the low goal earns 2 points. A ring launched into the mid goal earns 4 points. However, rings launched into the opposing alliance's goal earn points for their alliance. A ring launched into the high goal earns 6 points. The last 30 seconds of the driver-controlled period is the endgame. During this time, robots may continue scoring rings, but there are also ways to earn bonus points. Each knocked down power shot target earns 15 points. Returning a wobble goal to the start line earns 5 points. Each ring fully supported by the wobble goal earns 5 points. If a robot lifts a wobble goal over the front wall into the drop zone, its alliance earns 20 points. There are many ways to score in Ultimate Goal, but there are also rules that, if not followed, will deduct points from your alliance. For example, a robot may not block another for an extended period. A robot may not possess more than 3 rings at a time. A robot may not launch rings over the side or front perimeter walls. A robot may not intentionally tip another robot at any time. This has been a brief summary of the Ultimate Goal game. For complete rules, please read the entire game manual and check the Q&A forum. For more information on our remote season, including gameplay and field requirements, please make sure to visit our game and season webpage for the full library of remote event documentation. And always remember the most important rule of First Tech Challenge: gracious professionalism. Good luck, teams, and have a great season.
At this time, I'd like to introduce you to a very important group of people for our event. Our judging crew of judge advisors, judges, judge assistants, and Dean's List interviewers and reviewers. Our judges have the difficult job of singling out the best of the best from the South Carolina Championship's First Tech Challenge teams. They will be busy interviewing teams and reviewing engineering portfolios. We look forward to seeing the outcome of their hard work at the awards ceremony on April the 24th at 3 p.m. Let's give them a big round of applause for their dedication. Although we've already talked about gracious professionalism, it is key to reiterate its importance as part of our remote championship event. Let's hear more about what it means to be a gracious professional from a group of past Dean's List award winners.
Gracious professionalism can be hard to define, but it's essential to talk about and think about with your team and in your community.
The ideals of gracious professionalism tie education to success.
According to Woody Flowers, one of the main strengths of gracious professionalism is its dual modality.
Gracious is mostly about feelings, both yours and those of others.
Professionalism is mostly about knowledge and its application for good.
Combining the two is important. So learn everything you can and experience helping others as often as you can.
Being an effective contributor is a huge part of feeling good about yourself.
Rational self-esteem is a big deal, and it is a likely outcome from practicing gracious professionalism while busting your chops in first.
So go forward and represent the best of yourself and first.
I know you all are as anxious as I am to get on with the championship event. So here's our general schedule for the next week. All submissions for championship are due by 11:59 p.m. on Friday, April the 16th. Judging interviews will happen on Saturday morning via Zoom. Following a driver's meeting at 11:40, where all drivers are invited to ask questions of our head referee, remote matches can begin at noon. Pit judging will happen on Saturday afternoon. Please make sure to have some team members in your Zoom room for when the judges drop by to ask you additional questions. Remote matches will continue throughout the week until next Saturday, April the 24th at 11:59 a.m. Be sure to get all 6 of your matches in before that time. We will begin our awards ceremony at 3 p.m. on April the 24th where we'll crown the top 4 champions of the robot competition and announce all of the judged awards. Be sure to invite your whole team, parents, mentors, volunteers, your sponsors to all join us as we celebrate the amazing work South Carolina First Tech Challenge teams have accomplished this season. Now, since we can't have a team parade and we don't have the pits to get to know one another, we're going to do a virtual team parade. Team 208, the Highlighters from Kershaw County School District and Lugoff. Team 327, the Lobotomists from South Carolina Governor's School for Science and Math in Hartsville. Team 673, the Subatomic Tomahawks from Gaffney High School in Gaffney. Team 753, the Green Villains from Greenville, South Carolina. Team 772, the Golden Govies from South Carolina Governor's School for Science and Mathematics in Hartsville. Team 7021, the Robo Eagles from Military Magnet in North Charleston. Team 8477, the Roaming Robots from Charleston, South Carolina. Team 9121, Falcon Force from Ben Lippen School in Columbia. Team 10021, the Red Legion from Greenville. Team 11214, Ground Shakers from Somerville. Team 11454, Penguineers from Myrtle Beach. Team 13661, Saigons from Rawlinson Road Middle and South Point High Schools in Rock Hill. Team 14914, Phoenix Forge from Mayo High School for Math, Science, and Technology in Darlington. Team 17621, Robo Rebellion from Lugoff Elgin High School in Lugoff. Team 18984, OG Hurricanes from Orange Grove Charter School in Charleston. What a great lineup of teams. Are you ready for your ultimate goal? On behalf of First Tech Challenge South Carolina, I would like to wish good luck to all of the teams competing in the 2021 South Carolina First Tech Challenge Championship. Now for a final send-off, let's hear from South Carolina Congressman Jeff Duncan.
Hey everybody, this is Congressman Jeff Duncan. I know that you're looking forward to this year's first robotics competition, and I'm excited to see what our South Carolina teams can do. This is an awesome opportunity for our students as it strengthens your STEM skills and better prepares you for the workforce ahead. Keep inspiring our state with your hard work and good luck in the competition.